Paula Puffer, I have not seen you in a long time. I'm happy to see you, girl. And I want to say KP. Is that our name? Carrie Quilts, I miss you too. KP, you are not blocked. Everybody can see you. I think we're good. Rhonda McNeil, Brian Lucas, Teresa, Jennifer Folsom, Lurker Laura. Hey, Witness. Anna, no. I saw Noelle was in here too. Happy Thoughts is here. I love Millie the Dandelion. Crystal Dax, that's amazing that you're here. Positive Life, Island Life, Sherry LeBrun, Carrie Wilson, Krista Chalou, Ursina, I love Ursina. Amanda, thank you for being here. Beach Bum Beagle, Carrie B, Jeepsy Soul, I feel like it's been a minute. Little Old Me, HC from LBC, Jilbo Baggins, Yorkie Mom, thank you, Rain Virus. Callie Blue 2. Thank you, Stacia. Leslie Girl, Izzy Dizzy Bang Bang, Danny. Thank you, Danny. It's nice to see you too. Jamie Palmer, Jen Lee, Catherine B, Becky Gifford, Kestrel. I love seeing you, Kestrel, and Lori Helker. I love Lori Helker so much. Chops World, Tammy, Courtney G, Trisha Briggs, Jenny Gets Chatty, Tina Serlin, Liz Tricks. Love Liz Tricks. Jennifer Folsom, Caroline in the Moment, Lumen. Say me, Lumen. I didn't only not just say you. We're putting you on the screen, girl. Joanne Rice, Sam Kabeline, welcome. I love Anita Card. I love seeing her name in here. Jan is here. Shannon's Journey, Marie Marion. Been missing you too. Anne Blake Reed. Mara's here. Mara Mello. Hey, Armine. Math Manx, Mousy, Mods, thank you. Alva. Yeah, it's been a minute, Trisha Briggs. Hey, Pat Kimbrell. Thank you, Carrie B. Bell Notes. Laura Isaac. Since you are in Nashville now, find the hat maker Lex Lynn. Okay, you know I have my Kansas City hat maker. I hate to cheat on her, but I'll look her up. Ty's Channel. Sweet Koala. Marissa Martin. I was thinking of Marisa Robertson. Jezebella Mode. Mrs. Hunty NZ from New Zealand. New Zealand. Kata, I'm not sure. I'm going to stop there actually. There's only so many ways. Kaz, Jeannie, Hanson, Peace Lady. Thank you, Millie. Kelly C, Pam Fredette, Karen Doan, Matt's mom, Julia with an A. Oh, you were Fibro Gal. I know who that is. Please say me too. Okay, I also just put you on the screen, girl. I love that you're watering your tomatoes. I wish I could get some. I love fried green tomatoes. T60, SPTV Inc. Thank you, Jenny. I love you, girl. Real Housewife of Margaritaville. That's awesome. Conda, Jimena. I love Jimena. Brittany's here. Bigsy's here. Everybody's here. Erica's here. Oh, I was gonna say, I would think you're going to work. I love Erica. This is interesting. I don't usually do lives at this time, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Debbie Zito, Wilford Harry, Shauna B, Tony's Hooter. I love Tony's Hooter. Hockeytown John, looking pretty in red today, love. Missed you so much. I missed you too. We're going to address that. And thank you for your super chat, John. You know I love you, and I always will. Jen Pookie, Fat Cat's Heaven, Brianna Miller. I was going to say, it's been a long time since I've seen you. I'm glad you're here. Baby Steps, Aspire to Inspire, Kathy Santoni. That's a fun name. Anna, Laura Isaac. Thank you for being here, guys. Wow. Rona Cooley's here. Joe L. Pam Fredette's a member for 4 dang months. Thank you, Pam. Glitter Ella, Sweeney Clan. This is really happening. That's a fun name. We're going to talk about the title. Don't worry. Hi, my other's keeper. Well, hi, kid. Kid. Oh, she's so large. Hi, girl. You don't come see me very often these days. Every time you do, I get really excited. Kid, just relax, girl. Relax, you and all your chub. I will stop this show for you. Hi, Holly. Chrissy Gaming. I've missed you, Jennifer Folsom. Oh, you're so chubby. I bought Kid a new collar yesterday, and I need to put it on her. I got a new collar for Kid and a new collar for Moosey. Okay, well, you can get down, but we love that you stopped by. Okay, that probably really slowed me down, but that's okay. Chris 10M, cat hair everywhere. Vanessa Winbury, Michelle Haug, N.H. Carroll. Yeah, I missed it too, Rhonda McNeil. Thank you, Liz Tricks. Pam, thank you for your super sticker. Charcoal Ninja, Mira Dira. I feel like it's been a minute with you. Christie's Boutique, Lisa from Jersey. I love that. Okay, looks like I caught up. That's amazing. The title makes you sad. Well, let's talk about that. We're going to get into a few things. Jay Birdie, hello. Susie, the spicy little princess. I love that you're here. Guys, so I haven't been on for a few days. Keela, I love that you're here. Yadira, oh my God, I've missed you too. Aria, welcome. So I've taken a few days off, and it's for several reasons, actually. Hey, Dirty Mouse, I missed you too. It's for several reasons, Cheryl B., Nicola E. The logical reasons are that my child starts school next week, and I had to go get him enrolled, and he started football practice, which is going really well. He loves it. It takes up a lot of time, and being a single parent, I can't be like, hey, can you pick up? I'm going to drop off. So it's just a lot, and that's totally fine. I'm here for it. I signed up for it, but that's just part of what I've been doing. Hey, Jill Judd, teacher nurse, I love that you made it. Joanne McDevitt, hey, from Florida. Donna Marie, Tiki Kettle, hi. So we've got that for us, and I still don't have him fully enrolled. I have to get him a, hey, Monica M. I have to get Huxley a sports physical, and so I will be doing that. I feel like I have to sneeze. Hang on. Hold tight. Alicia! That Zyrtec works about 60% of the time, and it's not 100% of the time. Amanda Deer, Alicia, I'm glad you're here. I love you. Hey, love it. So I got to get him a sports physical. Teresa, I'm glad you're here. And so that's been taking up a lot of time. And I have my job that's not taking up a ton of time. Phoenix Rising, Jen Aunt Nini Hobbs is here. It's a lot that I'm processing, and I'm really glad I'm doing that because I need to make some money. And so I'm doing that. So that's all great. That's all good. It's nothing I can't handle, right? Hi, Marina. Trisha Slocum. I know people don't like roll. Half the people like roll call, half the people don't. But I haven't seen my friends in a long time, so I feel like I need to say hello. Hey, Shambot. Thank you, Brianna Miller. I have cat hair all over my beard now. Baby steps. Natalie Light Breeze. I haven't seen you in a long time. Always take the time you need. No problem. Thank you, baby steps. I am taking the time I need. Hannah Lewis, welcome. I've felt a little bit rocked. Kenya, I love that you're here. Monkey Mama. DNB. I have felt a little off the last few days. I feel like I have cat hair in my throat. I love roll call too, Marie. Here's the bottom line. You can't please everybody. You just can't. And I think that's something that we strongly need to learn. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Catherine DeBage, just because we miss you. Jennifer Folsom, that is so kind, girl. Thank you for that super chat. Hey, Dragon Tears. Kestrel, I'm getting there. Don't worry, my friend. I don't usually hold back, Kestrel, and I'm not going to. Silver Psychic, I live for now. I have a hairball. I did. Caroline TG. So, hey, Nicole. So, because of that, because of the rocked feeling, Jessica West, just a little bit off kilter. I have felt off kilter. And thank you, Sharona. Dirty Mouse loves roll call when she catches it live. I don't blame her. It's fun. I love roll call. I've just taken some time to process that. I kind of talked about that the last live I did, actually. Amy Edge sent you something that should get there Wednesday. Thank you, Amy. That's amazing. I love that. I love that. Thank you for your super chat. You had a wild dream about me? I love that too. I might want to know. Raymond, I love that you're showing support. I love Raymond, guys. That's a real close friend of mine. And he has done a lot to actually help me and process some things the last few days. Anyway, so my last live, I even said that. I said, if I have this feeling, Missy, that's me. Nice to see you cooking with the grandma. When I have this feeling, I like to process it in the best ways I know how. Well, I've taken a few days to do that. And I hadn't fully worked through it. And so I didn't go live. And I just thought, I'm sorry to hear that, Brian Lucas. I thought about pushing myself to do it because I've done that 100 times. I've never taken this many days off from going live. You had a wild dream about me too, Brianna Miller. This is crazy. I kind of need to know more. Yeah, taking some space, Jimena. And hi, Rhonda Frank. Your hot sauce packet wore off, Lurker Laura. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sure you'll get another one at some point. That's adorable, though. Thank you, Jimena. So I've been taking some time to try to identify it, and I've even journaled a bit. And Sharona's been a member for 2 months, and we have to talk about that. Here's my monthly friend tax. Keep doing you, boo. I love you, Sharona. Thank you. So I've been taking some extra time to identify that instead of forcing myself to go live and kind of being all over the place like I am right now, as you're witnessing in real time. Damn, I feel like I got cat hair in my throat. It's probably just these damn allergies. It's not that I've been busy. Sure, I definitely have been busy, but I think I've been busy in here. And I think that there's a Scientology word. April Conlon, I love you. I hope you got my message. And I thank you again. I hope you got my message this time. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. I've been trying to think about like just, hey, Katie did it. Oh my God, Yorkie Mom just threw out 10 hot sauce packets. I hope yours came back. Joyce Drager, I love that you're here. So I'm going to stop talking to the chat for a minute now because it does get annoying because I do try to keep my thoughts and then I start talking. So I'm going to try to keep up with you guys, but at the same time, I want to get this out. I've been receiving some, well, I'll be honest, some threats. And they've come from different sources. And I'm not going to, I love that you're processing through things and taking time for yourself. I do too. That's a need we must not ignore. Also had a dream about you. You're giving out hugs. That's amazing. I love that everybody had a dream about me. That's so cool. Thank you, Aunt Nene Hobbs. Thank you for your super chat. And Keela threw out 5. So she always does that. Thank you, Keela. Yeah, it just takes what it takes to process things, does it not? It just does. And we don't want to ignore that, Happy Thoughts. Thank you for being a member, by the way. And I want to start with, I'm not going to discuss, we all know the past relationship I was in. I'm not going to name that individual anymore. I'm not going to give that individual that credit. So we are just going to refer to that person as him, okay? And Ramine, that's crazy. And some are minor. Meryl West, good to see you, Reese. Glad you took time. Thank you, Meryl. Some have been minor, some have been more major. And the minor threats, I've gotten some messages, just silly nonsense. And I got a couple of texts from him saying, your channel's going to get banned. And I've been talking with YouTube. I can't say that out loud without laughing still. I'm still laughing about that. I've been talking with the people over at YouTube to work with getting your channel banned, and you've got 48 hours to respond or your channel's getting banned. Well, I work for YouTube. I work for Google, and I would imagine that they would reach out to me first. before basically, this person said, you and Tommy are both going to get your channels taken down in the next 48 hours if you don't comply. And the people at YouTube told me to tell you this, that you've got 48 hours. I still can't say it without laughing. I'm so sorry. I love Laura Font. And that's all fine. Like that's silly, funny threats, right? Like those are funny. Those are fun to share. I specifically wrote back and said, please tell me the individual that you spoke with over at the YouTube, because I need to probably talk with them too if my channel's getting banned. You know, that old chestnut. And this person said, you don't have my permission to talk about me. You don't have my consent. So you need to take down every video that I was ever in or that you've said my name. Well, unfortunately, again, you were in like 10 of my videos saying how much you consent and how you don't mind me having a channel and you promote me having a channel. And there was even a specific part in one of the videos I went back and watched where someone in a Q&A said, how do you feel about Reese talking about all your private stuff? And this person said, well, I'm getting used to it. I don't mind. That's what I married. That's what it's about. So you can't do both, right? Anyway, so the following night, this individual wrote to me and said, now you've got 24 hours. The clock's ticking, girl, to comply with my demands or your channel's being banned. And I will continue to work to get it banned. And I just thought, enough is enough, because this person's going on like Twitter and Facebook saying things. So I had enough. I called up Elon and I called up Zuck. And I said, look, I know it's Sunday night. I know you guys are with your families. Elon, I think, has like 50 kids. I think, Mark just had more kids. I think they're on a vacation. But I just said, look, what can I do? Because I'm pretty sure you're allowed to go on the internet and talk about people. And, Mark was really nice and he was cool. And he just said, I consider this important enough to take your call. And so we chatted and I just said, thank you, Zuck. And then, hey, Joel Sachs. Elon was like, who is this? Don't call me again. So, I mean, it was either or, right? But, yeah, so I wrote this individual back and I just said, by the way, you don't have my permission to go online and talk about me either. It doesn't work like that. I still can't control it. I'm so sorry. Please report all threats to authorities so they have record of it. Love you. Amy Edge, absolutely. Love you too. These were silly threats. And, again, Zuck thought it was hilarious. I mean, we really had a good laugh. Yeah, so the point is, you gave consent and not me, I'm scared poopless. Yeah, Tommy, Tommy, he's fearful easily. He scares easily. That sweetheart of a felon really gets frightened quite easily. So keep the texts coming. I'm sure they'll make some kind of a dent at some point. So anyway, I wrote back and said, it goes both ways. You don't have my consent then to use my name or say anything. And I'm pretty sure it's that easy in 2024. That's just how it works. So anyway, that's kind of been bothering me, right? And then I kind of broke it down and I was like, why is this bothering me so much? It's bothering me, I think, because there's a Scientology word and it makes me think of it. And I can't think of another word. I got restimulated. Restimulated in Scientology means basically triggered. There's something that caused you to go, whoa, this bothers me, and I'm all shaken up about it. I got restimulated. And I started thinking about it for the last couple of days, and I thought I was really under some serious high control. This person wanted to create that kind of environment for me, and it worked when I was living under the roof of that person. Shelly Kelly, do you want me to contact the Google? Yeah, if you don't mind, just reach out. Is it Bill? Just reach out to Bill. Is that the guy's name? If not, I hate to do this, but I may have to call the White House. I don't know. I just thought, you're going to pull out the big guns. What was this? Yeah, I give you my consent until I don't like what you say. No takebacks. Yeah, it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I realized though that seriously, I was in a high control environment being with that person. And that is what my life was most of the time is you're going to do this or you're going to suffer serious consequences. And oh, I blocked him, Brianna Miller, he's blocked. Um, and that's another way of kind of taking back control, right? By blocking a person. I'm just not going to, this person is losing control or has lost control. I don't know. It seems very much like possible snapped behavior. My other keeper, call come Kamala directly. She'll fight for you. Exactly. Yeah, I may have to put a call in. Matt's mom. Hilarious, the threat coming from the man who is a conservative who touts on social media the importance of the First Amendment, the hypocrisy. 100%. Absolutely. And thank you for your super chat, my friend. So that's that. And I just broke it down and I was like, this is really upsetting me. And so I took the steps I had to kind of cut off that communication. But this person seems to be, from what I have heard many rumors that this person is like reaching out to his kids, being very, very kind of threatening, saying like, you've been put under a Scientology spell. And I mean, this is no joke. This is what I'm hearing, that you've been put under a spell and we need to band together. And this Reese is insane. And she's had 39 years of manipulation training and she's highly trained to manipulate you and put you under spells. I didn't even know that, guys. I didn't know. And I'm here to tell you again, I may have to call Miscavige and just see, what exactly the breakdown is here. Settle, settle, settle. Yeah, no, really, this is the truth that I'm casting Scientological manipulation spells. And so this person seems to be maybe losing a little bit of their grip that they had before. I'm not really sure. This is not the point of the show today, actually. I'm just giving you kind of a catch up from the last few days. Um, so I just I felt some sadness about that. I really truly did feel, I am a bit of a witch, yes. Um, I feel a little bit of sadness about the control aspect and how much he affected me for a little bit of time there, a little pocket of time. So I continued to go. Do I want to go live? What's wrong, Lifeboat? Witchcraft, Shelly Kelly, witchcraft. And I decided not to go live. I decided to just self-care it a little bit and continue to journal a little bit and process. Truth, he has been actively trying to convince our family that Reese is somehow to blame for issues that have nothing to do with her. He is honestly so pathetic. What a sad, lonely life. Yeah, Crystal told me that he's trying to say that he's going to sue me for elder abuse of his elderly mother because she's so upset about watching this. That's the rumor I heard. And I don't know if it's true, but it's very simple. Just turn it off. It's very simple. Buttercake, damn, those superpowers got me again. Thank you for your super chat. I didn't realize that I had such powers. Anyway, it's a reach. It's a reach. And we'll see. We'll see. Crazy, right? Yep. Not the point of this show today. And I'm going to get into the point. Yes, it is, Robin W. I can call him by name. I just don't want to. I don't want to give any attention to it. So the actual point of today, what I want to talk about has nothing to do with that. Yes, he's still trying to control me and he has no control. But the actual point is I continued to take some time because I just was unsettled. I was just truly not myself. I was not in my own skin. And I appreciate all of you reaching out to me. A lot of you reached out. And I tried to respond to most of you, but then I just, hey, Blow Drill, I love that you're here. I just couldn't find my pace, if that makes sense. I just wasn't, I stayed up the last like 3 nights till 3 o'clock in the morning, just kind of organizing stuff and cleaning and unpacking. And I just wasn't settled in my own skin. And yesterday, something very sad happened. And I'm still working through this. One sec, guys. Okay, that was my mods. I apologize. Something sad happened. Do you guys remember the show I did on Kelly? Do you guys remember Kelly? Tell me yes. Kelly is a she is a prostitute that is a specific prostitute for the Jesters. Okay. And I had that interview with her. And yesterday, I was doing my new job and I was came home and I was cleaning before I was going to take Huxley to football practice. And all of a sudden, my phone started going off. Kelly was reaching out to me. And it was absolutely insane. It was wild. Like this person just started opening up to me and went on for hours. It was like just kind of had to dump on me, and I was totally fine with it. I'm absolutely okay. Like you can use me as your whatever you need to dump on. And Kelly went on and on yesterday about, at first it was a state of fear. This went on for hours. And I could tell this person was in, Don Gloves, I'm glad you're here, babe. I love you. I could tell this person was in a bit of a panic. Okay. And I don't think she was setting me up, Kestrel, because it was, I got to put my phone in D&D. I don't think it was a setup because this person was dumping on me, like wasn't asking me anything. And Kelly was basically saying, she started out with, like, it was a state of fear. Like, please don't say anything. Like, first of all, she watched the last show I did. She was fine with that. And I told her I was going to do it, by the way. I got her consent. It was fine. But she was like, please, you're going to out all these guys and you don't realize what you're doing. Nancy Stitchin, I love you. We're talking about the live I did about Kelly, Nancy, the name that I made up for the woman that was in the Jesters, that is in the Jesters. And she said, you're going to out all these guys and you're going to make all these wives so angry. And why would you want to ruin marriages? And it sounded very much like him. And Carrie B, that's what I said. I said, I'm so sorry, but this needs to have light shined on it. And she was like, but you're going to ruin all these guys' marriages. And some of these guys are fathers and they have little kids. And I was like, wow, like this girl is really brainwashed. And it made me sad. And I was very respectful to her. And she said, like, how can you live with yourself? You're going to ruin all this. You're going to get these guys in trouble. And I was like, yeah, we just have different views on morality. And she was like, but they're fathers. And I said, there's going to be a lot of dads in hell. That's what George Carlin said. And I always agreed with that. There's going to be a lot. Love you, babe. There's going to be a lot of dads in hell. There's nothing we can do about that. If there's a hell, there's going to be a lot of dads there. Okay. So don't give me their fathers. Don't give me any of that really, because it's not going to stick. So, um, Kelly went on about, but, and then finally she said, and this is for hours. Finally, she says to me, when you were married to him and you went on a vacation with him and he bought you things and you went out to dinner and you had sex with him, how is that any different than what I'm doing, than what we are doing? And I said, Kelly, are you serious? Are you really asking me that? And she said, yeah, I'm serious. And I said, okay. I think it's sad that you're asking me that like that's your thought process. I said, there's a huge difference. And the difference is marriage was something I took seriously. And it's not the same thing. You are the girlfriend of these married men. I was the wife. There's a difference. And when you take vows and you have an agreement not to cheat on each other, wives are not the roles of prostitutes. It's not the same thing. She's damaged and has trauma too. Absolutely, Brianna Miller. And I said, I don't know how else to break that down for you to where you understand it. But I said, I think we have two different views of morality. And that's what this comes down to. And I'm sorry for you, but that is never how I'm going to view this. And then she gave me more excuses like, but she said a lot of the wives know and they're happy to have their guys go off on the weekend so they can go have their own fun. And I said, that may be the case. And she said, but some of the wives don't know and they're really happy and they're wealthy and they don't want their lives disrupted. And you're going to disrupt that and their mothers. And I said, Kelly, again, I appreciate where you're coming from, but we are not going to see the same here. We're just not. And I said, I'm always willing to talk to you, but this is not going anywhere. I will never see it that way. So she went on and on to say, like, you're going to ruin this. You're going to ruin. I mean, she went into deep details about how the parties go and what they're doing. And she really gave up a lot. And I said, she goes, please don't let this out. I don't want, do I think Havard was coaching her? So I thought that at first. But after talking to her for several hours, I didn't think that. And she gave me specific times with him and things with other women that he did and instances. And she went on to say, she was like, she said, all the girls are going to be after him now that you guys aren't together anymore. And this gets out. Once it gets out that you guys are divorced, she was like, they're going to all be after him. And I said, that's terribly sad to me that he has to pay for that, they're only coming after him because it's money, right? That he doesn't have. And I said, it's sad to me that these relationships are not real. And I said, you do your thing though, girl. I said, you jump on that fish, you jump on that big fish. But unfortunately, I said, there's not a lot of money there. I put the down payment on our house that he has to pay me back. I mean, there's so many things that you don't know, just like you think I don't know. And she was like, yikes, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, I mean, maybe there'll be more credit cards to give out. I don't care. It's not my life anymore. I'm not upset about it anymore. She was reaching out to me and I was having a conversation. But by the end of this, I got really sad for her. She said, thanks for talking to me. And she said, I really like your show. And I said, would you like to come on? And she said, no. And I said, okay. And that's totally fair. I said, but you are welcome to talk to me anytime. And like 30 minutes went by and I thought it was over. And she wrote me back and she said, I really like being called Kelly. And it made me sad. And she said, I know this sounds crazy. And she said, I've been thinking about it in my head, but she said, I feel like you're my real friend. And I feel like I can actually talk to you. And it made me really sad for her. And then I did some thinking after that. And I don't think any of that was fake, by the way. I don't think she was saying that, like, what is she going to get from me? I don't think she was saying that to be a fake. And I said, well, I will be your friend and I can absolutely, if you need, oh, she said, I have trouble sometimes, like with my mental state. And I said, I have a really good therapist and I think that he could help you. And I'd be happy to give you his information. He helps me a lot. And she said, I think I might need that. And so then I did some thinking. And I thought about him. And I thought about all these women. And I thought about his ex-wife, his children's mother. I've been talking with her quite a bit. And she still has so much PTSD from their marriage, the children of his mother. And it kills me. And I thought about Kelly. And I thought about how shaken up I'd been the last couple of days just by this this controlling behavior. And I just thought, I wish I could buy back the women that you stole. Because you did, including me. That you used and tossed and threatened. And so I get up this morning and I washed my hair today, and Kelly reaches out again and starts blowing up my phone. And I talked to my sister for a little while today, and I saw her blowing up my phone, but I wasn't reading it because my sister was talking to me about things I really needed to pay attention to, right? So I get off the phone and I start reading, and it's just paragraphs. And I'm reading, and she says, I was thinking about our conversation yesterday, and I had, a lot of it on my mind, and I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it. And she was like, I really love talking to you. And she said, I thought about what you said, that it's wrong. And she was like, I can understand your point of view. And it made me sad for both of us. It was really validating, and it made me feel really sad for this person and for me. I started to feel sad on both sides. I just thought, I don't know where her life is going to go, but I know she's been doing this for decades. And it came to me right before I got in the shower, and I thought, all of these connections, and none of them are real. You have all of these connections at your fingertips, Kelly. And to my ex-husband, more than Kelly. You think you're somebody. You think you have all of these connections. You've got all these gestures. You've gone to all these parties. You've got all these women being paid to just flock to you. Your beck and call. And Kelly reaches out to me, but she has all these connections. And so do you, X. And yet you're reaching out to me and threatening me. You know why? Because you're fucking alone. You have all of these people. You've got a list of people you know. You are such a big fucking deal. And none of it's real. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You are alone in your way of thinking. We see right through you. And I'm not going to be shaken up by you. Because the truth is, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You don't have a platform to scream from. You want a mountaintop. No one cares. No one cares what you're saying. I did block him. But it just dawned on me, and I felt so sad for Kelly. This woman is reaching out to me. And I don't think this is a setup, guys. She sent me a text, a screenshot from her phone. And I'm not going to show it because, well, let me see if I can. I don't think I can. I don't want to dox the, let's see. Yeah. It says from a person whose name starts with a K. It says, hey, do you two know, this was to two people, do you two know if Jay, my ex, divorced that girl he married a few years back? I got sent this video. It is very long, so I'm watching it in pieces, and I'm only about 40 minutes in, but it sounds like the cellist to me. Good. This is from prostitutes. Let's see. I'll just show that bottom part. That's my YouTube video. I'm not showing it. I'm not showing names. That's my YouTube video. And that was from two prostitutes to Kelly. You're a fucking nobody. No one cares. And I'm not going to give this person any more airtime. This is about me. This is about my path to healing. This is about all those women that have been used. It's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to say something else that no one knows. So I got an email 2 nights ago, from some guy named like Jim Smith, right? Just the most generic name. And he says, I would like to text with you on a secure, like whatever, like Signal or whatever that is, WhatsApp, I don't know. And he said, I'm going to send you a phone number that is not my phone number, but I want to text with you, and I am a Jester. And you'll never know my real name. And I said, okay, for all I know, this is him, right? I mean, I'm not putting a lot of effort into this. I was like, yeah, okay. Well, so this person sends me the phone number, and I text with this person. And he starts by saying, obviously my real name isn't Jim. And I said, yeah, it's actually probably something more like Jeff. And he writes me back and he says, oh no, my name is not Jeff. This is not Jeff. And he says, I absolutely can't stand Jeff. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And I said, so what do you want from me? And he said, I've been watching your channel and I want to set the record straight on some things with you. And I'm never going to tell you who I am. And he said, and I've never met you before in person, but I know who you are. And I said, okay. So we chatted for a little while, and I really didn't get much out of it other than he said, I know he was a Jester for sure. He named off a bunch of people within the Jesters. And he said, just know that that person, him, is very much disliked, strongly disliked. And I said, really? Because I was told, like, I'm under the impression this person is highly liked. And he was like, yeah, he's a dick swinger, basically, and not liked at all. Like super egotistical, way too high on himself. And I said, wow. And at this point, I knew it wasn't him. I just could tell by the way this guy was talking. And he said, now, there's a couple of things that are incorrect. And he said, like, for instance, we're not given a prostitute when we are initiated. And I said, okay, good. All right. I guess you're going to get into heaven. And he said, um, and not everybody sleeps with the prostitutes. And I said, again, you guys are as close to God as one can get. And he said, I said, so do you know the prostitutes? And he said, I do, but I've never slept with them. I've never slept with any of them. And he said, I'm married and I haven't done that. And I said, okay. I said, so if you haven't and they're not where you say they are, how do you know them? I said, how do you know who they are? And he said, we are given a book with their pictures and a list of the girls, and we can pick when we go to parties. He said, we can pick out of the book who we want. And I said, oh my God, I can sleep better now. That makes me feel so much better about it, that instead of them being treated like objects, they're treated like a restaurant menu. Cool. Okay, good. That's so, you guys, so respectful. How do I get in, right? Like, I really want to be a part of this. Yeah, a catalog, like J. Crew, like the 90s, Rhonda McNeil. Absolutely. Yeah, old school, right? I mean, are you not updating this to, like, at least on an iPad? It's a catalog. Okay. So Swedish Fish Andrea. Yeah, so that's as far as that got. I can't confirm if that's true. Who knows who this person was? I don't know. I do like J. Crew as well, Miradira. I don't know. I don't know if they have like the girl of the month. I don't know if I don't know, but it is super degrading and disgusting. So I'm about, Noelle, I love you, girl. Crystal. I'm about over this stuff. I mean, I went back and I looked at some of the emails, and apparently I'm not allowed to show the emails according to you know who. However, I was just looking at some that I starred, and I'm not going to show them. Let's see, where are they? I'm not going to show them because I haven't edited anything to take names or things like that off. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not in my favorites folder. That's why. Favorites. Here we go. You know what? I can show this. This was interesting. I just happened to find it. I was going back through stuff. Um, so this is a itinerary of one of the books, and it looks like this because I took a picture of it on a computer screen. But look at the bottom. Time to say goodbye to our loved ones and return to our families. Now, I want you to notice something. I want you to notice something. Look on there and it says fun at the bottom with a PH. And look up here, it says golf, GOLPH. The Jesters, for some reason, and Tommy and I can't seem to figure it out. Everything that you'd spell with an F or pronounce with an F, they use PH. So they always say fun. Audrey, I love you, girl. They always say fun with a PH. They also say, I've seen them post pictures of girls, Robin W. Oh my God. I've seen them post pictures of girls and they say fishing. I don't know what that means, but they spell it with a PH. They spell golf with a PH. And I've never understood that. And Tommy and I looked it up and we were trying to think. And the only thing we could come at beach bum, what we came up with was this is disgusting, but think about it. Pussy hound, pussy hunter. Why are you guys spelling everything with a PH? What is this weird, gross innuendo? Well, the guy I was texting with the other day, I said, why is everything spelled with a PH? And he said, I honestly don't know. It's been that way forever. And I said, do you think it's like pussy hunter? And he said, that's hilarious. I doubt it, but I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So let's all start spelling it with a PH. Love it. I like that. Oh, I know. I don't know, actually. I don't know if there's anything I want to read. I love the people who are like, those are fake emails. She made that up. This is so gross. This is part of an email. I'm just going to show you the picture at the bottom. What does that say? Purple pussy eater. So I was just going through looking at stuff, and I don't know that I'm going to, I don't know where they are actually. Oh, here's some. So this is from one of them, and it says, we should have some kind of paperwork everyone signs that also sneaks in a non disclosure. So if anyone talks, we can go back on them. And then this guy says, yes, so and so can't work. So and so has one lined up recommended by so and so. I have one booked so far that is a recommendation by so and so. I just need one more. So I'm going to read this email to you, and then I think I'm going to be done with the emails. Okay. And this is an email from who knows where I got it. I'm not saying where I got it. It says, this girl, I'm not going to name her, is 27 from this city and has only traveled to this state's venues. She wants to travel more. Dancer, single with children, and very good. This girl, so and so from Austin, brought up to this book of the play last week along with 3 others. New to the Jesters, but with 120 in attendance and 7 speakers, she made 3,000 in 2.5 days. Doesn't smoke or drink. Very sweet and gets a little crazy, as she puts it. Caterer out of her home and has children. Very eager to travel and very welcome on the circuit. I don't know how I want to read this. After this, she's not going, but told them about this location and this location, 2 different parties, and they are planning on going. Just trying to give them some exposure to those that do the inviting. Here are their contact numbers. This one is going to this place in June, and this one is going to this place in July. Now, I realize that's super vague, but you realize that's also a bunch of stuff I can't show. And I haven't blocked it out. And I don't really care to those who don't believe me. So I'm just reading it. This one says, hey, so what do you think about 2 nights, 3 days for half price, or 3 nights for 2 days? Let me know. That's enough of that. It's honestly very upsetting, but it makes me go back to think about Kelly, our friend Kelly. And Yeah, it's weird that they mention children. I agree with that. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Mother of 3, like, doesn't smoke or drink. It's so creepy to me, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. So, Brian Boland, you guys are hilarious. Um, yes, Jenny, it's definitely been reported to the FBI. Yes. I don't have a lot else to say about this. I'd like to chat with you guys now at this point. I mean, it's been an hour, and so that's what I've been going through the last few days. That was just yeah, buy one get one. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they named it that they have children and that they're mothers. I'm not really sure. It does make it extra disgusting, Rhonda. Absolutely. Tra- Trafficking. Yeah. Asking for a discount. Classy. Yeah, it's a power thing, says Raymond. I'm going to read some super chats. But before I do that, I just want to say it is a lot in a few days, Mina, and I'm done feeling that old feeling of fearful and you make me feel small and you're going to do what I say or else. I mean, you guys heard it on that audio I played. You will obey me. I'm not going to. And I'm also not going to make my channel about this, but I'm getting this out because it needs to be brought out. What you put me through, what you put other women through, it's wrong. And no more. I'm not accepting it anymore. And I don't consent, mister. So let's read some super chats because I missed a bunch of them and I feel bad about that. I'm sorry. Beach bum beagle. Thinking about it, wow. If his mom is upset by watching you, imagine how upset and hurt she must be to learn about the Royal Order of Jesters and him in it. Seriously, I'm also so sorry she's going through that part, but this is your truth and your voice matters. Well, from what I've heard, thank you for your super chat, that his family in general are totally not believing this. They're in denial and I'm a liar and I'm just making all of this up, which is totally appropriate and acceptable for me. I'm not here telling anybody they have to believe this. You take it and you interpret it however you would like to interpret it, because I'm not about telling you what to think. You make up your own mind. I'm giving you this information. You're welcome to take it to your own social media and say, this person's a total liar. She changed the font. She's making it up. She photoshopped it. She adjusted it to where it's edited. Whatever you want to think. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But it's the truth. And yeah, whatever this person's family wants to think is not my business. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is getting it out. I'm getting it out and processing it and getting it out. How people take it and interpret it is absolutely on them. Just is. But thank you for your super chat, thinking about it. Baby steps, you are reaching so many people with your kindness and strength. You are being used for good. Tommy is right about the trauma that many sex workers have. Some were probably trafficked as minors. My heart goes out to them. Absolutely. I have a whole new respect for this woman and for sex workers. And it broke my damn heart too, just like all of you. It really, really got to me. That got to me more than anything these last couple of days. I just couldn't wrap my mind around that. And when she said, I feel like you're my friend, it made me so sad for her. All of these connections, and you have nobody. And I want her to have friends. I want her to have people because she's been used and used and abused. That is not any way for a man or woman to go through life. And the same goes for him. You've got all these connections and you have nobody. Nobody. Because you have to offer some kind of substance. You have to be there for people. You have to be real, and you are not real. Everything about you is not genuine. And this is why I love you and admire you, Reese. Having gone through what you've been through, and your soul is one of the brightest I've ever seen. Jimena, I love you. The love and care that you show is remarkable. I admire you more and more. Jimena, I love you, girl, and I really hope, just on the flip side, that you're doing okay. I haven't checked in with you privately, and I hope that you're all right. Frog Wizard, cute name. I adore you and think you are so very brave. I wish I knew you. I radiate toward you. I'm very proud of you. Thank you, Frog Wizard. Thank you. That's such a nice thing to say. It's tough, guys. This was tough for me. This was tough. Shauna B, thank you for your super sticker, babe. Brownie buttons. So PH is their He-Man super secret club code. Exactly, brownie buttons. It's always thrown me off. I've known about that for years. It's so creepy, though. It's super creepy. Love it. Jesters can fuck off. We're going to start doing that with everything. Love it. You're hilarious. Thank you. Brownie buttons, if you have kids and are single, you are easier to control. I could see that. I could see that. That's a very good viewpoint. Thank you for your super chat. Don Gloves finally caught up. They push the mothers and children card to tug at your heartstrings. They think you are dumb when you're actually pretty genius. Thank you, Don Gloves. And it does tug at my heartstrings. For the fuck off into the forever fun. Oh my God, John. You guys. Speaking of Hockey Town, John, where's Hockey Guy been? I don't know why, but that came into my mind yesterday, and I was like, I haven't seen Hockey Guy. Ev Barney, I'm gonna play from the start when you're done. I love you, Ev. Thank you for being a member. Activism suits you and helps the planet. Thanks, Kazri. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. No, I haven't thought about talking to Rabbit. I love Rabbit, but I haven't thought about it. What is wrong? Blah blah blah. Did you say something? I'm not understanding. Thank you, Jazzy Girl Sarah. I was just sad to hear it hit your right and opinion. Okay. I don't know what that means. Again, sorry. Aria, thank you, babe. Thank you. I hope you're doing better. I messaged you back. Robin, you're an inspiration to us in the Jesterettes. Hope the Jesterettes come in here in droves and admire your strength. Robin, you make a good point. And thank you, babe, for your super chat. That text that our friend Kelly got was from two of the Jester girls. And so, I mean, I don't know if they're saying, hey, is he single? I'm going to go after that, which is fine too. Have a good time on their dime. But I like that they're watching the channel. It can't hurt, right? It can't hurt. Ham it up again. Hey, Lori Abs, I'm glad you made it, girl. Yeah, Amanda, I agree. It's been rough, Aria. I know, girl. I know that you're having a really hard time. Kaz, your kindness and openness is why I love you. Thank you, babe. Thank you for being a member, too. Kelly, you have a safe space here. It's never too late to find a new path. You're a child of God and you are worth and deserve more. And you make such a good point. Interesting, Gamer Jackie. It just killed me. I don't know why, but for some reason, Lacey Silver, you're hilarious. Under my spell. Thank you for your super chat. It killed me when she wrote back like 30 minutes later and said, by the way, she said, I like being called Kelly. And it just, I don't know why. It pierced me. I was like, have you ever been able to decide anything for yourself? Like, do you get to make decisions about anything? Like, it just made me so sad. Like, it all came crashing in on me when she was like, thank you for making me, it made me feel like she was saying, thank you for making me feel seen. And I just thought, you know what? This person has never been seen, I bet. This person has been seen as nothing but an object and used as nothing but an object, a toy. Hi, John Van Geest. Miss you. Caroline, thank you for becoming a member. Kelly is our sister in humanity. Yeah. She's finally being seen. Reese, my name is Kelly. I love that. Look what you did, Reese. You reached out to her and planted a seed. You are saving Jesterettes one girl at a time. Well done. Liz Tricks, thank you. I hope so. Because you know what? She doesn't deserve that kind of a lifestyle. She does not deserve these disgusting men that, are little boyfriends going around treating her. I mean, it's all fake. You've got all these connections and not one of them's real. Think about that concept. You got them all right in front of you, lined up, and none of them are real. How sad. I have connections with people. Wicked Tinkers, I love that you made it. I have my channel, and to me, a lot of these are true connections. A lot of you are not. I've made some connections that were mistakes. There are many people who used to come here and be supportive and be our friend, and now they're trashing us, saying horrible things, showing off text messages from the past, going, "Look at this from Reese. She's a horrible person." And you learn from that, You learn from that. But it makes me question if your connections are real. It's just sad. It's sad. Your ability to lean into the most uncomfortable situations with calm and grace and open-heartedly is a trait I deeply admire and aspire to gain. Wow. From Better Together, I love Better Together. Thank you, babe. That is a really nice thing to say. Very profound. Thank you for that. And thank you for your super chat. Jeannie Hansen, you are the most amazing woman on the planet. Okay, Jeannie, that's far, but I love you for that. And I love you in general. Thank you for your super chat, babe. Glad you are okay. Just woke up after working night, so I will have to catch up on the replay. You are badass with such a full heart. Keep fighting the good fight, girl. I love you, Alana. Thank you for popping in, and thank you for your super chat. Amanda Martin, I'm glad you made it. Goosebump, everyone deserves to be seen. And we all see X. We see X all too clearly. Sounds like a bunch of Jester people do too. It does sound that way. Don't know if that's true or not, but it does. Izzy Dizzy Bang Bang, friendship tip. Don't feel like calling it a tax today for all the connections you create by just being here and being you. That is such a nice thing to say. And you know what? We do create connections here. And they are real. They're real. Most of them are real. And like, again, I've said, PH Panty Hamster, oh my God, Debbie with an I. You've got to take into account the people that aren't, that smile and stab you in the back. I mean, there's plenty of those. And some of them have channels and some of them don't. And you can't trust everybody. And I'm learning that lesson. There's a lot of people out there right now that are saying one thing. And then, we all hear from, I get so many private messages from people going, just so you know, this person is saying this about you. I can't control that. I can only control me. I don't care either. I really don't. It isn't just your channel, Reese. You care about people, and that is how connections form. My dad doesn't care about anyone, which means he will always be alone. Crystal, absolutely. And I'm seeing that more clearly now than ever. He's going to get the gift of being alone. Please don't meet her unless in public and maybe with a group meetup. Who? I'm not meeting anybody. Thank you. Better Together. I know, Anita, it is heartbreaking. Kelly has never felt genuine love, just transactional, and that is so heartbreaking. There is no price. I love you, Ken. There's no price you can put on this stuff. It makes me really sad. As cool as it sounds to make $4,000 in a weekend to either sleep with one man or 30 men, it's not, it just, I feel like it would just break your soul. I couldn't do it. And I think Kelly is maybe seeing that. I always wish I was closer with you, Reese, but I know you were bombarded with messages. Much love. I love you, Silver Psychic. Thank you for saying that. Nicole, no fake friends, funds, lots of love. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Natural Ginger. You have a lovely community. It's our community. Absolutely. You make such a good point. I find it exhausting most of the time just being one person who has the energy to be two people. Absolutely, John. I don't get it myself. I don't know. There are organizations that will help Kelly. 1-888-373-7888 Human Trafficking Hotline. There you go. Thank you for posting that. This community is real because of you, Reese. Thank you, Jennifer Folsom. I think it's because of all of us. Do you think that's why he claimed you so fast? I think because I was easy to control, if that's what you're saying, Flyers Girl. Thank you for your super chat. Hello, Coco. Don't worry about those people. They probably smell. I thought for some reason I read that as they're probably small. Probably a little bit of both. Both, honestly. Thank you for your super chat. Lisa, I hate that you're sick with COVID, babe. Dang, that sucks. I hope you get better, Lisa. Let us know how you're doing. Reese, you and Tommy still need to come up to Minnesota. You'll definitely want to do it before winter hits. Yeah, you aren't ready for our winters. No, I would never want to be in Minnesota during the winter, John, but I'd love to come see you. I also want to come to Detroit to see Hockeytown John and Anita Card in Colorado. There's a lot of people I want to go visit. I want to visit Robin W. Brian Boland, you're hilarious. Teresa, as a former sex worker, it was hard for me at times listening to your legitimate pain or anger, and hearing how hard it's been for you to listen to Kelly shows me how deeply you care and how open your mind and perspective is. That's a kind thing to say, Teresa. Um, I knew that about you. We've talked about that. I actually knew that for a while now, that you told me that you were a former sex worker. I appreciate your comment on that. It's a really kind thing of you to say. And I'd love to come to Vermont. Yes, Kestrel, I want to visit you as well. I hope to be closer with Kelly. Honestly, it would be this is similar to me wanting to help with people who want to come out of Scientology. This is also, no, Brian, I didn't forget. I would like to help her and anybody else. I would love to help any of these ladies. Think about it, Reese. You worked your entire life from the age of a child to achieve the impossible in a cult. And 1 year since you've been out, you're doing exactly that by just being you, my friend. You're saving people. Blake, I love you. And I hope you're doing well. We haven't talked in a while. And I just want you to know, Blake, I really love you. And I always think you're just so full of wisdom. Thank you. Brownie Buttons, hey, I've been a member for a month. I love that. Thank you for being a member. Thank you, everyone, for being a member. I appreciate it so much. It really helps. Um, Winnie Poo Poo. I don't think Tommy's going to do an interview with that woman. He didn't know who she was at the time when she said she wanted to interview him. And I think that was more of kind of a trap situation. Like, I think he didn't know. Well, you know what? Maybe not a trap, honestly. Maybe she didn't know either. Maybe she took it that way. I don't know that woman. I've never met her, and I've got no opinions about it. But I don't think Tommy's going to do it. But honestly, you shouldn't ask me. You should ask Tommy, because I don't know the answer to that. I shouldn't speak for him. He doesn't do that to me, so I shouldn't do it to him, honestly. I don't know much about it. Sharon, I haven't met you in person yet, but I call you my friend and truly feel that way. Thanks for bringing us all together. Sharon, that is such a nice thing to say, and I am your friend, just so you know, babe. Hey, Blessed to Crochet. Chica Cherry Cola, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Guys, I can't control what he does, but we would have to ask him. I honestly don't know. I haven't talked. I mean, Tommy and I, of course, are in a relationship. We've talked, but I've taken some time the last couple of days. I talked to my sister today for like an hour. That was really therapeutic for me. I had therapy for the first time. Hey, Sassy Savage. I had therapy for the first time yesterday in like a month. I've canceled the last 2 therapy appointments because I don't know where I stand with my new insurance and if it's covered or covered partially or anything. Um, but yesterday I didn't cancel because I just thought I really need this appointment. No matter what, I just need it. And love you, Crystal. Definitely Silver Psychic. Yeah, Robin, I love my therapist. So I've kind of been taking some alone time. I've been processing and just thinking about my situation and journaling. And you know what's exciting? I just saw Huxley walk behind me. He has started journaling. Tommy got him to start journaling. And he said that it's really, really helpful and therapeutic for him. And he's been doing it in the evenings after football practice. And I really love that. I really love that. And I really love you guys. I got insurance. I just don't know yet what's covered and what's not. That actually reminds me, I need to call Costco, the pharmacy. So, guys, I probably am going to sign off. I'm going to go. check on Huxley and see how he's doing. And I just want to say thank you for listening. Check your subscription if you would while we're here. I haven't done a live in a few days. YouTube has unsubscribed some people, but I don't know, maybe they wanted to leave. Check your subscription to make sure you're still subscribed. And I just want to say thank you for listening. And thank you for understanding that I took some time off. And I love you, Aria. I love you guys. I really do. And I want to say I'm thankful for the connections. It really put things into perspective for me. And I just thought about Kelly and I thought about the ex and I thought about all of these connections and not one of them is real for you. And I'm really grateful to have you guys because I do have connections and I know that they're real. And you guys have helped me in so many possible ways you can help a human being. And I'm very grateful for that. And I mean it. And for those of you that, hate me, keep hating. That's okay too. You guys have that option. It's not gonna, I was thinking about that. Anytime you're gonna be in the public eye, you're going to have people that hate you for whatever reason. And you're gonna have a huge group of people that love you for whatever reasons. And that's perfectly okay. I rarely catch you live these days, but I want you to know that you have a cheerleader in life here in Florida. You are such a beautiful woman. Stay strong. Love you, girl. Susie, CJ, I miss you. I was going to say, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you. And I love you, Susie. I'm happy that you made it. Thinking about it, maybe the PH is just code to signal that it's coming from a jester for real. Because Scientology language, if you're not, and that's a good point. That's an actually good point. I'll have to share that with Tommy. I bet he would agree with that. Thank you for your super chat. Nancy, if some of these women believe that the wives know and are okay with it, do they think they are somehow helping? If a wife does know, she's just as trapped as the sex worker is. Yes. She went into that yesterday, Nancy, and that's a huge super chat, by the way. Thank you for that. She said some of the wives know and they don't care. And she said a lot of the wives, hey, Donald, she said a lot of the wives are doing their own thing when the guys leave. They also have their own boyfriends that they go with. And she said a lot of them don't know. And she said, you're going to out them and ruin marriages. And that's something that my ex used to say to me all the time. He would say, you're evil if you out these people and ruin their marriages. How could you sleep at night ruining marriages? Just fine on my left side. Non-disclosures never prevent someone. Speaking about crimes that occurred, I know. I didn't understand that part either. Non-disclosures don't apply if there are crimes being committed. But follow up, like I say, I got that call through to Zuck over at the Facebook Meta. And Asen, I love that you made it. Panko, I haven't seen you for a little while. I'm glad you're here. I love you, Panko. And I may call up, I may call Elon back and just say, over on the Twitter, I don't want my name over there, so I don't consent. That's how it works, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That's how it works. You just threaten your way through life. Yeah. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off. Thank you for listening. I feel like we covered a lot in this amount of time. All of you stayed with me and listened, and I really, really appreciate it. Oh, can you ask Zuck what my Facebook password is? You lost it? Okay. Let me get a text into him. It's today Thursday. Yeah, he's got a board meeting. I'll send him a text, and I'll let you know. I have your email, Jen. Still can't quite do it without laughing. Ursina, I love you. Annette Faber, I love you guys. Thank you. K-Fake, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And if my channel gets taken down in the next 24 hours, just know that I love you all. This person is working very hard, apparently, to get my channel banned, and Tommy's as well. I don't know what would happen then next. We'd all have to go to another platform, and we'll see. We'll see what Zuck says, and the people over at the YouTube. We'll see what they say. All right. Love you all. And again, here comes Fred. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow.